Welcome back to English B Honeysuckle Unit 5. You have already watched 4 videos on the story, a different kind of school, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. The remaining part in the unit is the poem Where Do All the Teachers Go by Peter Dixon. For our convenience, we have divided the poem into 2 parts. Today, we'll discuss the part 1, which includes stanzas 1, 2 and 3. Before getting on with today's lesson, let us take a note of what we are going to discuss in this video. A few words about the poet, an introduction to the poem, model reading of the text, explanation of words and expressions, short questions with answers, stanza-wise summary, and literary devices used in this part of the poem. So let us begin. A few words about the poet. Peter John Dixon, popularly known as Peter Dixon, was born at Keighley, a civil parish in West Yorkshire, England, on 30 April 1944 during the World War II. A slow learner at school and weak in grammar, Dixon found it difficult to read, write, spell and pronounce words. But beyond everyone's criticism, he started writing poetry at an early age, though hidden. Soon his poem earned appreciation from everyone around. Peter became a school teacher and later a senior lecturer in education. As a teacher, he maintained unbiased attitude towards children who were slow learners. He has been a full-time children's writer and educational consultant. His first book was published in 1978. He has written and painted fairly steadily ever since. The introduction. To a child, a teacher is a wonder source. Hence, he is naturally drawn to the teacher's love and affection and unknowingly makes an inseparable bond. To him, nobody, even his parents, can hold a candle before his teacher. He, that is, teacher, is just next to a super being for him. This poem speaks about a child's curiosity for his teacher. Is he an ordinary being like us? This question always haunts him. The poem. Where do all the teachers go when it's 4 o'clock? Do they live in houses? And do they wash their socks? Do they wear pajamas and do they watch TV? And do they pick their noses the same as you and me? Do they live with other people? Have their mums and dads? And were they ever children? And were they ever bad? Did they ever never spell right? Did they ever make mistakes? Were they punished in the corner if they pinched the chocolate flakes? Did they ever lose their hymn books? Did they ever leave their greens? Did they scribble on the desktops? Did they wear old dirty jeans? I'll follow one back home today. I'll find out what they do. Then I'll put it in a poem that they can read to you. Now the explanation of the poem. Where do all the teachers go when it is 4 o'clock? It is 4 o'clock. It means it is time for school to break. Do they live in houses? Live in houses means have a house to live in. Do they wash their socks? Wash their socks means wash their used clothes. Short questions with answers. What is the question that arises in the child's mind? The question that arises in the child's mind is, where his teachers go after school breaks? What does the child ask next? Next, he asks where his teachers live and wants to know if they do household works like other ordinary people. What does the word socks stand for? Here it stands for dress. Now a few words to summarize the stanza. The child wonders and questions where all the teachers go after the school hours. He wants to know if, like any other ordinary being, they also live in houses and do daily chores. The next stanza. Do they wear pajamas? Wear pajamas. Here it means wear clothes. And do they pick their noses? Pick their noses means clear dried mucus from the nostrils. Or it also means an activity to waste time. The same as you and me. As you and me, it means like us. So, now short questions with answers. Who are they in the stanza? They are the teachers. Who and what does he ask about them? The child asks if they, that is teachers, wear clothes as ordinary human beings do, or spare time before a TV set like us. What is the child's second question in the stanza? The child wants to know if the teachers waste their time in trifles like picking their noses. Explain. The same as you and me. That is, are they ordinary beings like us? Summary of the stanza. The inquisitive child wants to know if the teachers also wear clothes like pajamas and spare time watching TV like any other people, or if they also waste their time taking out boogers from their noses the way other people do. The next stanza. Do they live with other people? Have they moms and dads? Other people here means friends and relatives. Moms and dads, parents. Were they ever children? That is, were they once children like the students? Bad, here it is naughty or uncontrollable. Short questions with answers. What is the child's question about his teachers? He asks if the teachers have family and friends. Why does the child ask if his teachers were children once? The child is very curious to know about the teachers, as he put them in high esteem, and he believes that they belong to an extraordinary status unlike the ordinary beings. Explain. Were they ever bad? The child has never found in them the naughtiness of a child. They are grown-up men. So he grew curious to know if they were like the students when they were children, like the children of today. Summary of the stanza. The child wonders by asking if his teachers live in the company of family and friends, father, mother, children, and others in the family like us. He wants to know if they ever grew naughty as children. Literary devices used in this part of the poem. Alliteration. What is it? the occurrence of the same sound at the beginning of connected words. It is they, was, there. Say for example, they, the sound, again there, the sound. Like they peak there, the sound, again the sound. Enjambment, a technique in poetry where a sentence is carried over to the next line without pause. For example, where do all the teachers go when it's 4 o'clock? 2. Do they live in houses and do they wash their socks? 3. Do they wear pajamas and do they watch TV? So in each case you find after the first line it could have been continued in a sentence, but it has been broken. Where do all the teachers go when it is 4 o'clock? So it has been broken. Where do all the teachers go? Next line is when it is 4 o'clock. Symbol. Symbol in poetry is a technique used in writing when one thing stands for something else. For example, socks for dress, pajamas for clothes, etc. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. That means in each stanza, the second line rhymes with the fourth one. This much is for today. We will meet in the next class.